It's all about the descriptive powers. I love breaking it down to high school students like that, because when I have them write a paragraph, a paragraph about anything, could be a best day ever, worst day ever, something like that, I have to remind them that a paragraph is 5 to 7 sentences, yay, and you got to make it interesting. You got to keep my attention, because I'm going to change your channel if it's not interesting. This book, it's an illustrated book that does great things in such a succinct manner. Bird Girl, Jean Stratton-Porter, shares her love of nature with the world. Wow, what a cumbersome title, but what a great book. And it's great because most of the kids, most of the adults who pick up Bird Girl aren't going to know who Jean Stratton-Porter is. They're just going to say, oh, it's a turn-of-the-century woman who liked photography and birds. Yippee-ki-yay. I can tell that from the illustrations I see on the book. But then you dig a little deeper, and half of the book is about her photography and her passion. The other half is about her just studying, her learning her craft, her following her interest, living her life, and then making a living from it. It's great because Porter spent the first half of her life just basically enjoying birds. She was a country girl, a country kid, worked on the farm, lived on the farm. When she was about 11 or 12, her family moved to the city. After a couple of years there, they moved back to the farm. She got married, she had some space, but she kept writing. She was also a writer. There are so many aspects to Porter's life where you're like, this story deserves more of a book type treatment, like a novelesque type book, because it's really fascinating and there's a lot to it. It's almost like two halves. The first half is Porter on the farm loving birds. The second part is the naturalist Porter, and that's what actually merited the book, because it's about her naturalism and the fact that she was such an outspoken advocate of keeping birds in their native habitat and then photographing them and then sharing those photographs with the outlets who were contacting her, because she had a great reputation as somebody who loved birds and somebody who knew a lot about birds, yeah? And that's a great thing, to be an expert in your subject matter. That's top of the game. And that's where Porter was, but she was that for birds, and she was like, leave them in their space, and I'll get to their space. I'll get you a picture, then I'll tell you all about it. And that's why she was famous. Fabulous book. Plus the illustrations. The illustrations really sell the short verbiage. Illustrations by Rebecca Gibbon. It's got that kind of scattered, pencil-esque, slightly manic appearance to it. It's just beautiful. Who's it going to be? Great for those elementary school kids, carpet time story kids, pre-K, maybe a little old for pre-K. I'll go with kindergarten through 3rd grade. It's great, and it will inspire curiosity and just might deliver some goods for those kids who want to become curious themselves.